Nate, just how impressed were you with your team's late game defense in the last couple of minutes there?
Yeah, we've kind of said it. I, I, I really do believe that we have potential to be a good defensive team. Um, we aren't there yet for a full 40 minutes, but the last 2 or 3 possessions, um, I thought, even like you said, the last couple minutes were pretty good. We just didn't finish it with a rebound,
Mm-hmm.
right? But Kai's defense, the last possession in that pick and roll was unbelievable. And that's what it's going to take in close games. You got to get stops, and we did that tonight.
Coach, you've coached many players over the years and seen strong bonds, but what about Tosh and Kai's bond is unique?
Yeah, Fleur, our assistant GM, and I were talking today before the game, and I think they knew each other. They, a little bit before this, but they're like two peas in a pod now. I mean, they're connected at the hip, and it's pretty cool to see, especially both of them from the Philly area. And it's probably they both took a chance, just like Beck, on coming here, right? And for them to have that close relationship is really special. You see those guys talking at different points before the game or at halftime together, and Tosh, she talks to everyone, right? And Kyle will listen, but Kyle's a little more quiet. She picks and chooses, but you can see her. She's got a ton of faith and belief in Tosh, and that's what it's about. Is relationships, and when you're on teams, and that'll be a bond that they have for the rest of their life, and it's I'm happy for both of them that they have each other for sure.
Coach, with Kiki making her first career start tonight, how impressed were you with her, and what advice did you give her before the game?
I really didn't talk to her too much before the game because I didn't want to, make it too big a moment. But I said this after the game to the group. Good teams, it's about culture, it's about work, and it's about trust. And I kind of gave Kiki a hard time. She had some bad misses in that fourth. But she hit the biggest shot of the game, and she was willing to take it, and BG was willing to throw it to her. We've got the NOAA system that tracks all the shooting that all of our players do, and she's the one that gets the most shots up. And so, just for her, just believing in your work. She's a good shooter. She just hasn't been in this situation a lot, and so for her to get this opportunity to make a shot like that, really happy for her to have this experience.
2 road wins in a row for you guys. Just what kind of momentum can that, build having that now?
Well, it feels pretty good to win on the road. We've been pretty horseshit up until that point, but just with especially everything going on, a credit to our group. I thought we were super competitive from start to finish tonight. We weren't always good at all times, but we competed, and that's what it takes on the road. And to make a playoff push, which we want to do, you're going to have to win these games, and you got to win them on the road because we've been pretty good at home. So it feels good, and we got one more at home, and then we go out on the road again to finish before the break, and those are going to be important games for us.
Coach, you mentioned clowning Kiki for the misses in the fourth. Ka has talked earlier about how you joke with her about smoking a layup in one game. That was, I think it was against Vegas. But how do you, come to that culture? Like, you're a new coach. This is a relatively new team. Like, how do you develop that joking bond where even in the fourth quarter, like really tight games, you can have that loose?
Yeah, I think everyone's always trying to do the right things, right? And people make mistakes. I make mistakes out there too. I'm not perfect. I tell them that, and as long as our heart and mind is in the right spot and just keep believing in each other, there's going to be possessions where we make mistakes, and I just want to instill that in our group. Is like, it's not over as long as we stay together and keep working. And so I'm not purposely trying to make it a situation where it's but it's life, it's basketball. Like, you just got to keep competing and keep trying.
We're gonna Zoom. Alec?
Hey coach, congrats on the victory. I
Thanks,
just want to
man.
ask about Natasha Cloud. Was there any talk before the game of her being more assertive because of Diana and back out, just her being more assertive on the offensive side of the ball?
No, I think Tosh has just been around. She understands, with our starters out there, she understands her role and facilitates, and tonight was her opportunity to be aggressive. I thought she did a great job. She got up 6 threes. All of them were really good. She got her feet underneath them. Yeah, I'm just really proud. I mean, that was, her best performance in a Mercury uniform. And I told the team after the game, I really believe this. The league hasn't really shown her the respect as far as all-star nods, and she's an all-star player or not, but she's an all-star point guard in our eyes, and I think she's really just lifted our level of competitive spirit, toughness, all that stuff. She just does things that a lot of others don't, and I just love the fact that she's here, and I'm getting to coach her every day.
Steven?
Hey coach, you into Natasha's aggression on offense in particular. I was curious, do you feel like her aggression is kind of a barometer for your team in terms of galvanizing your team and kind of getting them to play in the flow that you desire?
Aggression is a good word describing Cloud, for sure. Yeah, I mean, she's the temperature in the room. She's the one that brings the fire, and again, we're 21 games in, and she's been extremely consistent with that, and that's not easy to do. That's a tough thing to carry each and every day, but she's done a great job of it, and we need that from her. That's who she is, and we respect it.
Go ahead, Steven, with another.
And I had one more quick one for you, coach.
Yeah.
We kind of saw Khalid Copper operating around the post a little bit more today. I was curious, was that just a matchup thing specifically, or is that a space that you desire to see her operating more?
Yeah, I think both. I think she felt it. I think she, will evolve to look to get her some more post-ups. One of our assistants, Megan Vogel, has really been pushing me to do that more. Yeah, I think you're just starting to see a group that's playing more connected just because we're getting reps, and so I think Kaz, one of those players, wherever you put her on the floor, she's going to have a chance to be successful, and we had some good looks down there from her tonight.
Last question, Tia.
Hey coach, just going back to your lightheartedness in the late game moments, how do you feel like your demeanor impacts your team's performance and kind of serves as, I guess, a way to calm them and allow them to play through that late game pressure?
Yeah, I mean, that's a question you may have to ask them. I wish I could say I've been calm all year. There's probably been a couple times where they tell you that I've snapped, which probably didn't deserve it. But yeah, I mean, listen, we're locked in. We're prepared. We're going to enjoy this. We get to compete, and this is they call it a job, but we're going to have fun doing it. So yeah, I think that's probably more of a question for them. It's something that, I've taken from a lot of different coaches that I've been around. I was with Terry Stotts for 8 years. He was a cool, calm guy, and Jamal Mosley's about the most consistent person that I've ever been around in Orlando. And those guys were people that I spent a lot of time with, and got to see them deal with wins and losses, and there's a lot that come at head coaches every day, and so showing your team that you're willing to be consistent and not get too worked up in difficult situations, I think, is important. And it's something that I'll continue to try to be better at and focus on each night.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.